Welcome to the weekly roundup on SA Football TV with TJ, Knowlesy and Das. Knowlesy, how are you?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Good.
TJ, you will?
Good.
Welcome back.
Great to be back. Hopefully you've watched the other divisions. Apologies for no backdrop tonight. And once again, thanks to our great sponsors, Boards on the Pier and MGA Insurance Brokers.
Baylady Sports and Peachy's Property Maintenance.
I was supposed to say Daily Sports, Australian Gas Networks and Dutton Motors.
Thank you very much.
Same twice, it doesn't
They
matter.
are sponsoring us, and it's going to get us out and about. We're going to be doing live calls, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great for the clubs and more access to your club and you playing football out there on a Saturday. Speaking of games on a Saturday, anytime anything good happens at Kilburn, it's all over. The internet lights up, it breaks, and they had a win. They're 1-0, the Chick Train. Oh, he's got nothing for us. He's had a rough day, the big fella. There we go.
There he is.
Kilburn 19-10, 124, Eastern Park 13-11, 89. Major goal kickers for Kilburn, please, Das.
Wilson with 4, Long with 4, McCullum with 3, and then the best players, Wilson obviously kicking the 4 goals with Maha, Tibbet, Williams and Nags.
Yeah, interesting to see McCallum, former Centurion goal kicker in Division 3, kicking 3, and looks like they've spread the load a little bit more. So with the 10 goal kickers there, it certainly holds him in good stead. For Eastern Park, Knowlesy?
Williamson with 5 and... Brandon. Yeah, he kicked 3. Williamson and Dietrichson in the best.
Yeah.
Great.
I think
that's Kilburn, good on him.
This is one of those, fantastic, great start for their season.
New coach, new assistant coaches. He's an ex-West Torrens Reserves assistant coach. So give him a shout out at Kilburn. Apparently he's doing really well out there too. Just forgot his name, sorry. My apologies.
Luke McCracken.
Originally from the Northern League.
Yeah. Our good friend Longy was talking him up the other night, saying what great things he's doing. And well done to the Chicks, who obviously we like. And I think this one is another story. At Eastern Park, they're going to be near untouchable at home, but they're certainly, when they're away, they can be beaten.
They've lost some players though.
Yep.
Dropped their C grade, so...
That's never a good sign. And people laugh at that, or has it? It affects your depth. I think it's going to hurt Salisbury North, if not now in Division 1, it's going to hurt them later. You see Trinity, their C grade didn't play on the weekend, so their A grade got touched up. Yep. You need that depth. It's a big thing. It helps you. Look, boys, there was one absolute thriller on the weekend in this division, and this division proved to have some pretty competitive games, but it was Colonel Light Gardens coming from behind at every change to get over Hectorville by a point, 11-8 to 11-7. For the Gardens, Fleming kicked 4 and Hooper 3. Richards was their star. For Hectorville, Das?
Yeah, we've got Smith with 3, Mazzoni with 3 as well, and the best players is Francis Wootton, Carl, Twaits and Mazzoni.
Bit of the unknown in this division, these two teams. I haven't heard a lot in the pre-season about them.
New coach at Hectorville with Phil Neagle parting ways at the end of the year after a flag. Really good game by the looks of it. And new coach too with Chicken on board there at Colonel Light Gardens, coming back from West Adelaide. Yep, so...
Who did they beat in the grand final last year? Smithfield, yep, that's right. Of course.
Yes.
Did they brain them?
I think it was pretty easy in the end, yeah.
Yep. Coming up great, no good on.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I guess maybe that that winning culture, I mean, so they were up by 5 goals at half time, they were able to... they weren't quite able to hang on, so actually I'll just... wish I hadn't said any of that. Hectorville will be very disappointed. Hangover, mate.
Great Barbie there anyway. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get on to our next one. I think I thought Smithfield were going to struggle a little bit this year. I think I heard some of the players had gone up the road to the country for a little bit of cashola, as we say, and they certainly didn't start well at Edwardstown, with Edwardstown taking a 5-goal lead and pretty much maintaining that lead for most of the day, winning 13-13-91 to Smithfield 9-9-63. Das, give us some action in regards to Edwardstown. Who did what?
Edwardstown, again, they're a bit of an unknown. They come down from the Southern League last year, the first league. They didn't quite get there last year, but that's not a bad start.
Always that. It was really close to Division 4 last year. They fluctuated between 1st and 5th all year. So
and obviously this is a good start from 2, so they probably found their mark now. So with Edwardstown, you had Cairns with 5, Blythe with 4. Best players with Case Cavola, Sarah Carfora and Delanco. And I think, and then for Smithfield we've got Ashby with 3.
Mickey Ashby still there with that.
And Varco with 2. Best players Gray, Billman.
Sorry.
No, no. Angove, Clark and Cook. Give them all a chance there because it's the first game up, and so he does get the best players for a first round in amateur league.
Mick Ashby lost a lot of time last year with, I think, a broken leg or a fractured leg throughout the year as well, so it's good to see him back kicking goals and doing what he does really well.
And Big Ian Bellman, former Bramwell Lodge Premiership player.
Smithfield Premiership player as well.
Yep.
Yes,
so,
return from the Barossa.
Yep, so that's... certainly is a big in. Now, our good friends at North Haven, of course, home of Tommy Lipson,
Yeah,
and it was,
shout out
in
to you,
fact,
Lippo.
it was the Lippo show on the weekend. The Spider!
Is he
The high-flying
texting you, or was
Spider.
he told you all about it?
He's keeps us on things.
Yeah.
15,898 Morphy Park. Welcome, Morphy Park, to the Adelaide Football League. No longer
Footy League. Adelaide Footy League.
What did I say?
Football.
Pardon me.
Sorry, it's...
Delete.
No.
I watched too much Matt Hardy today. So the Adelaide Footy League.
Footy League.
Got it. Okay, he didn't kick 4 in the Adelaide Football League, he kicked it in the Footy League. Well done. Dixon also kicks 3, Lipson kicked 3. Now they lost Cohen Matnett, didn't they, boss? North Haven?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Smosh.
Yeah, plenty of time for Tinder later, chicken.
Stop swiping.
The standout for me, again, I reckon he's probably the biggest recruit in Div 4, Dave Bird, 4-time best and fairest winner at Portland. Das. He'll rip this to pieces, this
Yeah,
competition.
no, absolutely.
And what-
Coming down this grade from Div 1 down to...
You would have seen him
here.
play against Flinders Park
I
over
did,
the junior
mate.
year, and he's a strong in and
Burns it
under.
up.
Yeah,
Burns it up. Absolutely.
What makes things a little bit scary for other teams regarding North Haven is the fact that Peto's back after Easter with his operation from his osteitis pubis. Reigning medalist.
that's Pedersen, not
Not
Pedo.
a pedo.
No,
Like, I wasn't referring to you.
Yeah,
What's the nick?
Thanks for that.
Pedersen, right? Got a returning as well. Man, they're going to be good.
Yeah. For Moorfield, Doak kicked 3 and Barnett was their best player. So look, it's not a bad start for Moorfield Park. They've gone down to 23 points at Largs North to the team who I think will be in the grand final.
And how did Morphy Park get to Div 4? That's obviously a question people are saying. Like, they get straight in Div 4, others got to start Div 6 or even Div 7. We talked about
Well,
Div
Brighton
4.
started in Div 3, so
And Edwardstown last
Yeah.
year come in, I think.
They did talk about this, it's unfair, blah, blah, blah. But
But last year, Edwardstown slipped in all right and seemed to balance itself
if you
out.
put them in Div 6 or Div 7, they're going to smash every team every week. So that's, they weren't fair on it anyway.
our last one, gentlemen, they haven't won in a long, long time, so this one was big. It was at Duncan Fraser Reserve. The place was rocking. The pokies were chinging. The tab was galloping. Tabbing. Jeffs Cross 13, 1088 to Salisbury 9, 963. Now, the thing that sticks out with this one, Das, for me is this is a game that in the last couple of years Jeffs Cross would have lost. They were only a point up at three-quarter time with Salisbury coming, but they found a way to hang on this time.
And they've been through a bit of hell and high water the last few years as
Yep.
well, so it's good to see them come back first round
Vince
win
returning. Yep.
against Salisbury, so no good on them to maybe rebuild back there, a few changes to be made from coaching and all that, so good on them.
Yep, good spread of goal kickers with Bald, Chief, one with 4. Wood was their best player. For Salisbury, Mansfield and Lee, and he
Who's he?
He with a double E. Kick 2, whilst Goods was their best player, and I believe Padgey copped a bit of an injury, so hopefully he gets well. Good friend of the footy shows.
Wasn't too
Padgey.
sunny, so he should have been. He should have been all right. Pacey little mate.
Oh, come on, mate. Let's not pick on the pasties. All right, boys, let's go to this week's games. The first one is at Audi Arena, of course, which is formerly known as Thebbett Noble, home of the Amateur League. It's Eastern Park playing Edwardstown. Do we know why that's at Audi Arena?
Yeah, well,
Was that something to do with some sanctions that may have happened to misdemeanors in the finals last year?
If you're asking me, I don't know the answer.
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Production crew, do we know anything about that?
No.
Okay. We do have a rule about not asking questions we don't know the answer to, but well, I'm not going to speculate because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just something in the back of my mind was thinking that, but
Take away Eastern Park's home ground advantage. I'm tipping Townsend.
Yeah,
I'm tipping
agree.
Edwardstown.
Big
It's a big punishment if it is, because they are good at home, Eastern Park.
Yep.
So Morphy Park and Kilburn at Kellett Reserve. So this one's going to be interesting. It's a fair travel for Kilburn. I know, because I do it most days. It's about a 40-minute drive.
Close to home.
Yes. Well, that's nice. I think Morpheville might just notch up their first win in this division this year.
I'll go for Morphy Park to go to Roos.
I'm going against it. Kilburn had a good win last week, I think, and a pretty big score too, so I'm going to go against the grain and go for Kilburn.
It's a very unusual oval, and if you don't play it right, you can get trapped in. It's shaped, they call it the pasty, it's shaped like a pasty, and you can get trapped if you don't play it right. Morphy Park will know how to play it, and I reckon through some efficiency and goal scoring ability, they'll just get over the line. Might be the same amount of scoring shots, but Morphy Park will just get them. Let's hope that comes true. Colonel Light Gardens and Jeffs Cross, tough one to tip this one.
Morlock Park, Colonel Light for me.
Yeah, at Colonel.
Yep.
Yeah, at home.
Yep.
Agreed.
I agree as well that Colonel Light Gardens will win. People shouldn't yell at each other from across the room. But anyway, Colonel Light for me. Salisbury and North Haven at Salisbury Oval. Salisbury coming off a loss will be keen for a win. North Haven coming off the good win.
North Haven.
North Haven. The Lippo's going to kick 5.
Yeah, North Haven. It's a big oval, and if Bird and the on-ballers, and there's some real good on-ballers, and they've got some good outside runners on their wings, North Haven, they should be able to control it. And Lippo to kick a bag. Smithfield and Hectorville, a rematch of last year's grand final.
Last year's Div 5 grand final. Hecky's for me again.
Yep.
It's at Smithfield Oval, so maybe Mickey Ashby can light it up, but I'll take Hectorville just.
Yep, agree, Hectorville.
Thanks for watching this week. We're back next week and every week.
Hey guys.